This is the story of Spendius, the survivor. He has traveled far and worked at many trades. His fate took a turn for the worse on the day he was captured by the Carthaginians and was enslaved in their great city. Superb are the temples that rise at the heart of the city, in the sacred precinct. Salammbô, the grand priestess of Tanith, is resplendently beautiful. But Spendius is far from being in a position to appreciate Carthage's splendor. He works until exhausted, whipped by guards on the lookout for the slightest indication that he is slacking off. Seemingly forgotten in a secret dungeon, Spendius curses his fate. He would do anything to gain his freedom. Be careful. The sacred precinct is crawling with soldiers. If you are caught, you will be crucified. There is no pardon for escaped slaves. Huh. Don't lie. The chains around your wrists clearly tell me who you are. I am Salammbô, daughter of Hamilcar and Grand Priestess of Tanith. The goddess has visited my dreams. She told me to come to this place, and so, if I meet you here now, it is because she has chosen you to be my messenger. Obey me in all things, and I will help you escape Carthage. An army of mercenaries is camped outside the city. The most important of their chiefs is named Matho. He gained glory while fighting Rome, on behalf of Carthage. I noticed him during a banquet. Our eyes crossed, and I haven't been able to forget him. I love him. Go find him and tell him all of this. Tell him to ask my father for my hand in marriage. To prove my love for him, you'll give him a statuette in my image. You're suspicious. Ask your questions and I'll answer them. If I love him, he must feel the same. The goddess would not want it otherwise. Am I not her adopted daughter? Have I not honored her every day of my life? How could she allow me to love, unrequited? A grand priestess of Tanith cannot leave her temple, nor set aside the rites. I have strict rules to follow. The priestesses, my followers, would gladly render me such a service. But they'd talk too much and the entire city would learn of my secret in no time. There is no love lost between us. My father is a man of power, who would like to handle my marriage as he makes alliances. Talking to him about my preferences would only irritate him. No, Matho is the one who must speak to him. He is powerful, respected, and my father will listen to him. How do you expect to leave the city without my help? And once you've gotten past the ramparts, then what do you plan to do? Set off alone in the desert? The slave hunters would find you for sure. No, you will need Matho's help to find shelter and protection. I'm not afraid of you. I only need raise my voice, and 15 guards will materialize, ready to shoot you on sight. Have you noticed the carriage and mounts in the yard? A convoy is preparing to leave Carthage. It's the escort of Hannon, the treasurer, who will soon be leaving to go pay the mercenaries. Hide yourself in the bags, and you can leave the city without being detected. Quickly, may Tanith guide you. Following Salammbô's advice, the fugitive hides in Hannon the treasurer's bags. This ruse makes it possible to leave the sacred precinct and then the city without being stopped. Hannon and his escort are on their way to pay mercenaries that are camped outside of the ramparts. These men served Carthage during a lengthy war with Rome that was eventually lost. They are impatiently waiting to receive the money that is still owed them. After a short walk, Hannon stops in front of the mercenary camp. The treasurer lectures the men while his interpreter translates for those who do not understand Carthaginian. Hannon orders the Gallic mercenaries to present themselves first, to receive what is due them. The others will then follow in turn. During this speech, Spendius leaves his hiding place. Hindered by the chains around his hands, he unfortunately drops the statuette he was to give to Matho. How will the mercenary chief react when he receives his gift, broken in pieces? A distressing question, for Spendius needs Matho's protection if he is to escape the Carthaginians who will be looking for him.
Who are you, and what are you doing in the mercenary camp? See, Matho? What does a vagrant such as yourself want with Matho? You're a curious messenger. But all right, enter Matho's tent. He can judge for himself.
I heard you speak to my guards, Spendius. What is this gift that you bring me? Let me see it. That's your gift? All I see is a broken object. Explain yourself before your skull is in the same condition as this statue. I promise to split open your head if you don't tell me everything you know this very minute. 7 Kabiris. The memory of her beauty is sheer torture. I would like to envelop her, absorb her, and drink her. But you tell the truth. She is really the one who sent you? Repair the statuette and show me. Then I'll know whether or not you've lied. Go find Authorite, chief of the Gauls. He has blacksmithing tools.
You aren't allowed to leave the camp. That's an order from Matho.
Hello, comrade. As I am a Numidian, life is beautiful. I will soon receive the money that is owed me, and until then, I drink spice wine on credit. A wandering wine merchant who left me to watch it. What I'm drinking is too strong for you. It's wine mixed with pepper and other secret ingredients. The Carthaginians give this to their battle elephants to ready them for combat. No, you must be as strong as an elephant or a Numidian to appreciate this wine. One day, when we had run out of water, I served it to my mount. It's still running. As for you, I think that you'd fall flat as of the first sip, if you even dare drink any.
I am Narhabas, chief of the Numidian cavalry. Not yet, but it shouldn't be much longer. Hannon has begun paying the Gauls, and the Numidians' turn should be soon. It was high time, too. My men were beginning to get restless. Why should I help you? You are neither a family member nor a friend. No, Spendius. As soon as I've gotten the money I'm owed, I'll be leaving, as will all the other mercenaries. You will have to handle the Carthaginians on your own. No, there is no room for you in my homeland. And where will you go? To one side is the sea, and to the other the desert and the backcountry faithful to Carthage. You will be quickly captured. If you think you're lost, then you surely are. That I can't refuse you. Take this dagger.
This road leads to the mountains and the backcountry. It crosses dry solitudes infested with the dragons of the sands. Don't go that way. Certainly not. I am responsible for these animals, and I don't entrust them with just anyone who comes along.
Ah, slave. You dare come
come to my tent to steal from me, Otharite, chief of the Gallic mercenaries? I'll pound you into nothing less than a small cube. Matho has asked you to come to my home and steal my tools? Come on. Invent a lie that's more believable than that. Well then, seeing as I've received the money that was owed and I'm in good spirits, I'll give you a chance. We'll play a game of katab. If you prove to be skilled, you will walk away from here with your miserable life. If you are inept, I'll personally deliver you to the Carthaginians. Ha, but you'll have to. Your victory, if you beat me, will be all that much sweeter. Here are the rules of the game. Each player takes his turn and throws a helmet towards a shield, aiming for the middle. Grab a helmet and begin. By what type of magic? I'm sure you cheated, you miserable scum. Here are the rules of the game. Each player takes his turn and throws a helmet towards a shield, aiming for the middle. Grab a helmet and begin. You lost this game, but you played well. In exchange, I'll spare your life. I'll be content with taking these fine metal chains on your wrists. Place your hands on the anvil so that I can remove them. Don't forget that you now owe me. What would I do with you? I've received what I was owed, and as soon as the Carthaginians make ships available, I'll be off to Gaul. I sometimes think that the mercenaries could take Carthage if they only wanted to. The city would be at our mercy if we were to turn our weapons towards it. But I'm the only one to think like this. The other chiefs would not dare attack their erstwhile masters.
Halt, stranger. You're approaching the village of the Eaters of Vile Things. We are pariahs. Carthage has rejected us, and we've come to live here in the shadows of the waterworks. because we believe that any flesh is to be eaten. We have nothing against them. On the other hand, we hate the Carthaginians. No, unless... Might you know how to capture pigs? You're surely not fast enough to catch a running pig. If you have nothing else to offer, be on your way.
Back, vermin, or I'll nail you to the ground.
Friend, I have a huge selection of pots and jugs. Are you interested? You're missing out on a great opportunity. I'm selling off all my wares before packing up my tent and leaving the country. I'm both, my friend. I'm a Gallic mercenary, but a warrior must keep himself busy in times of peace. To fight against Rome, Carthage recruited mercenaries from all countries. The battle was a long one. We won great victories, but in the end, the Romans proved stronger, and peace was concluded to their advantage. Obliged to leave the lost territory, we came back here to camp out in front of Carthage while waiting to receive the money we were owed. Yes, finally. I was just at Hanan's tent, where I got my money. I was lucky to be one of the first to get paid. Carthage's national army is not very big. In times of war, they must add foreign troops to it. We were originally camped inside the city, but Hanan made us leave to avoid disturbances, so he said. In fact, I think he's wary of us, as are many of his compatriots. This statuette is in poor shape. Use this fish glue. There's nothing better for fixing broken objects.
That's her face. Oh, Salammbô. You've disrupted my dreams and haunted my sleepless nights. I saw you from afar, untouchable, like the heavenly body of Tanith. Now I know that you love me. Nothing will stop me from obtaining your hand in marriage. I won't deliver you to the Carthaginians, but I won't do anything to hinder their search. I cannot make them angry. Not when I'm about to ask to marry the most beautiful woman of their city. Find another protector. No, Spendius. You could have been useful to me during the war, but now that peace has returned, I have no need for your talents. Go. You can move freely in the camp and leave it whenever you wish. Off with you, tramp! Access to the city is forbidden to dogs such as you. What do you want? Off with you! And don't let us catch you prowling in this area again.
Hannon panics. The gold meant for the mercenaries has disappeared. Spendius has gotten hold of it and hid himself to await what will happen. The treasurer tries to explain the situation to the mercenaries. My interpreter has been killed and your money stolen, he says in Carthaginian. But the Gallic warriors look at him, not understanding. In the confusion, Spendius mingles with the crowd and plays the role of interpreter. Hannon says he has no more money, and that no one else will receive anything. Too bad for those of you who have yet to be paid. There is an angry rumble among the mercenaries. The slightest thing could set them off. A rock thrown by Spendius is enough to start the riot. The mercenaries throw stones at Hannon. Hannon and his escort must quickly flee to save their lives. Spendius has managed to set the mercenaries against Carthage.
Tell me, Spendius, the entire camp is talking of the riot that chased off Hannon. Might you not have been the one to set it off? My men saw you cast the first stone at the treasurer. And isn't that a bag you have hidden under your clothes? A bag of money stolen from the Carthaginians, perhaps? Maybe we will. It's in both of our interests to provoke a war between the mercenaries and Carthage. Personally, I dream of destroying this city inhabited by greedy merchants. And in your case, you want to avoid being crucified. So, I agree to help you, but there'll be a price. Give me Hannon's treasure. Now, Spendius. You can earn 100 times what you'll give me today. If we have a war, anything is possible for an ambitious young man like yourself. Perfect. Now listen to me carefully. It will not be long before Carthage asks for justice for the attack on its treasurer. An inquiry will be held, and if it's successful, you will have real problems. You'll have to find a way of preventing this. You'll have to be truly skilled, for Matho and the other chiefs speak Carthaginian. They will be far less easy to trick than ignorant soldiers.
Spendius buys the support of the Gallic chief Otherite by giving him the money stolen from Hannon. Otherite does not wish to keep such a compromising treasure in his tent. He orders Spendius to bury it in a place that only they will know about. Barely is this task finished that a messenger from Carthage arrives at the camp. The city is seeking justice for the violence to which its treasurer was subjected. It has chosen as its spokesperson Hamilcar, Salammbô's father, a great general known by the mercenaries that he commanded during the last war. Matho receives Hamilcar in his tent, in the presence of Otherite and the other chiefs. Introduced by the Gaul, Spendius attends the council. He will need to keep his cards close to his chest. If the mercenaries reach an understanding with Hamilcar, his life will not be worth much.